Morgue check, kiddos. Nice spring day, finally in Michigan. Christ freaking sake. I can see the sun, I got sunglasses on. Oh, God. It's over, yes. It's over, just like the world. Yeah, doomsday, huh? Doomsday, you freaking Christian little wussified pieces of crap. Do you not understand what your own Bible dictates? The Bible that you follow your life upon, trying to get to the holy kingdom of heaven. All right. Doomsday. What is said about this day is that you shall not know of this day. Your ghost in the sky that is going to give you the kingdom of the everlasting world has told to you so much in your Bible that you shall not know this day. Oh, so you did the math, did ya? Did you do the math? All right, well, guess what? It has nothing to do with the end of the world either. Get this freaking shit right. All right, what it meant was the rapture, which was supposedly supposed to happen, would issue in 7 years of retribution, perpetual weariness, and everything, shit was gonna fall out of the sky and hit you in the head. All right? This did not happen. You did not even freaking realize the words in your Bible that you hold so dearly and true. Fuck you. All right, enough of that. This is called political botany. So why don't you follow me, and we're gonna do a little botany. Being a fine spring day, I would like to show you forth these fine various flora. Now this here, this curly stuff, this is garlic. You know why we plant garlic? Garlic is to keep animals away from your other stuff and stop them from eating it, rabbits and such, and you get to eat it. I like garlic. Got a lot of garlic. All right, these behind are irises. Beautiful things. Once these irises bloom, they will be the size of a small child's head. Very nice looking. This here is clematis. Clematis is a vine. It is meant to grow up this thing which it's not doing very well at yet. Look at all the fine little flowers that you will have later on. Okay, let's go back and talk. That's why we call this political botany. Because there was your botany and now we're getting political again. Okay, let's talk about the freaking Middle East. Yeah, the Middle East. You know, I had the idea. I believe even Reagan had the idea. I'm not putting myself on that man's level, fucking Republican piece of shit. But, and Democrat piece of shit. They're the same guys. We'll get into that later. All right, the Middle East. The whole idea, the big scope of things, the solution, you fence them in with all your NATO and your UN and all the people around them, say, the EU, Russia, and China, whose problem they really are. If they're fighting like fucking little kids, you give them a timeout. Round them up, smack them in, let them fight it out like animals in a barnyard. And guess what? We'll deal with the one that's left. That's easiest, isn't it? Cage match in the sand is what I'm going to call it. And whoever wins, that's the guy we're going to deal with. And by the way, if Russia and China and the EU try to screw us over on this, we're just going to fuck you up. No problem. Let's just sit home and watch the fight. We'll pay for it on pay-per-view, $29.95. All right. Botany time, children. Let's go. This large thing that you see next to me is a chestnut tree. We've been growing it here, but obviously can't grow it much more because this thing's going to get huge. Provide chestnuts for the local animal population, and I hear they're great roasted over an open fire. Down here, right in back of gargonzo or gargoyle, is peonies. These are peonies. No, I didn't say that. I said peonies. And if you'll notice on these, you will find ants crawling upon them. That is a good thing. When the ants crawl upon them, they eat the secretions that come out of the peony, and therefore, get your mind out of the gutter. I said peony, and I'm talking about sugary secretion that comes off of the bulbs, and the ants eat it. All right, back of there are red roses and silver roses, followed up with these little lilies I like to call Turk's cap, because they look like an upside down Turk's cap from the Ottoman Empire. All right, let's go back and talk politics. All right, Ron Paul. Yeah, I like to talk about Ron Paul. Even though I'm running for president, he still got my vote. I ain't voting for me, but you can. All right, Ron Paul. Wrong? Whoa. Something I thought I'd never say, but the thing is, he had come out and said the only reason that he is running in the Republican Party is because an independent party is not a viable candidate in an election. Well, that really sounds odd to me, because I thought that's what we were pushing for here, a third party. But he says there's no way you can win. The only way to change is to, you know, put on the wolf's clothing and join him, I guess. So, no, one of the things he wants to stop, which I really enjoy, is our spreading of our fine democracy. Now, let's think about the first points of that, which I just stated, that the Republicans and the Democrats are a two-party system, and they're the same guy. That's not democracy. So we are spreading not democracy throughout the world. It's going to become a hierarchy. Okay, enough of that. More botany. Come on, more botany, kids. I mean it right now, you texting. All right. Over here, if you look up towards the mass of wires that our city likes to put around, make everything look ugly, these are honeysuckles. Honeysuckle tree, good for butterflies, hummingbirds, and other things that like sweet nectar. Guess what? That pollinates shit. It's good. Down here, we have more clematis growing up through this old clematis. This is the old clematis vine, which you leave because it gives something for the new clematis to grow upon. Down here, of course, more garlic. Why more garlic? Because I like garlic. Over here, other clematis. These are 3 different types of clematis, all different colors, which looks really cool in the end of July. This is a mess of daylilies. Never plant daylilies, because this is what will happen. They will take over everything. Okay, more politics. Tunnel vision, baby. Okay, let's talk about the war on food. We got all this botanical stuff going on here on Morgue Chat. Let's talk about food. This is the first planting season for the newly deregulated and quite allowed everywhere Monsanto genetically modified alfalfa. Yes, they did that over the winter so that they would be legal for the planting season. Now, there are many adverse conclusions to this Frankenscience. Everything has a conclusion. You do something, something comes up out of it. Every action has a reaction. Here's some reactions. The animals who are fed this stuff, because that is one of the main feeding supplies for our farm animals. Alfalfa. And guess what? They are now going to have genetically modified traits within them. How about no buffer zones between organic plants and their Frankenscience genetically modified plants? Cross-pollination will happen without buffer zones that are large enough to sustain the things that want to live there and not kill the things that want the organic shit. Okay, last, how about that? Not even last, but one of them, patents. Let's talk about patents. Once every crop is genetically modified through cross-pollination, and every animal is genetically modified, and they're breeding because of eating that shit, guess what? They are all owned by Monsanto's Corp. Therefore, all your food will be. Monsanto's will soon change their name to We Own You Corp. Alright, guess what? Yes, that's right, it's botany time. Alright, come on kids. Over here, right behind where you were but you didn't see, this is a dogwood tree. Kind of a dogwood bush that I'm sculpting into a tree because I would rather have it be a tree. Under here, all under the tree is strawberries. You know what the strawberries are for? Strawberries are for the fat dog down there. Yes, you. Because he likes strawberries. And then he won't eat my other stuff. Now over there is more garlic. You know why? Because I like garlic! It's good for your blood, man. Eat some garlic. Alright. This will soon be swarthing with grapes. This is a grapevine. Goes all the way over to here. We'll soon take over this whole swing. Grapes amundus. Could make some wine in vino veritas, shall I say. Under here is one yucca plant surrounded by a bunch of those same Turk's cap lilies. They're going to be huge. Pump out, put little lilies down. This thing's going to shoot a flower straight up out of the middle of my grapevine. Kick ass. Okay. More politics, kids. Okay. Were we talking about before Monsanto's? Real democracy? Well, let's talk about the real doomsday, too, shall we? We started out with doomsday democracy. Let's get to doomsday democracy. When a hierarchical government can, that's you know, the same guys taking care of their friends, not letting others in. When a hierarchical government can, in 100 years, take an idyllic country based on strong ethical values and steeped in motivation towards the freedom that that country represents, and in 100 years be able to turn them by unscrupulous fast-tracking into a land of consumers, beggars, sheeple, and idiots. Well, it seems to me that they've nearly completed their almighty agenda. They've done their jobs freaking well. Whereas, we the people have not. The day when you finally open your eyes to the treachery of the undemocratic two-party system will probably be the day when they finally blatantly convince you of their searing contempt for you and that freedom you love so well. But the fact is then it'll be too late. It will be, in fact, doomsday. Alright, I said, more botany, children, because I'm going to leave you on a nice note, okay? Over here, Figaro. I call him Figaro. You know why? Because he's a fig tree. Hey, man, the first people to cover their privates in the world did it with a fig, right? Says the Christians! All right, anyway. He's a big tree. He grows late. We got this. We got one little leaf coming out here. That's perfect. For this time of year, that's great. This is a wilderness area with a radio. We're not even discussing that. Over here, these are Diablo 9 barks. These Diablo 9 barks will soon in time put out big old puffballs like this made of like 1,000 flowers apiece. They look like cotton balls or big, whatever the hell. They look like white balls. All over there, it's going to be beautiful. Up there, towards the house, this is honeysuckle also, but it's a honeysuckle vine. Excellent for, yes, butterflies, hummingbirds, and therefore those that eat it. All right, that's all I got. That's more chat. I tried to mix it up for you, give you a little politics. People sick of the politics. Well, there you go. It's botany. You know, go one way or the other. Do something. That's it. More chat.